Trish.
Hi, Jeff. I
Hello.
wanted to talk about abortion because my grandmother died from an illegal abortion.
Oh, dear.
She left 6 children behind. It was during the Depression.
Oh, dear.
My mother was 10. She had twins that were less than a year old. They ended up having to live with an aunt and an uncle. The whole the whole dynamics of the family was changed. You know, I never grew up with a grandmother, and then their father died young too. So they were really in a bad situation, and I feel that abortion is something that's done when you're in a desperate state.
Yeah.
So women are not going to stop having abortions. What's going to happen is they're going to die again.
Yeah.
And that's really horrible for the whole family. And I feel that if these Republican lawmakers really want to stop abortion, they need to make birth control more accessible. They need to give a lot of money to Planned Parenthood, because Planned Parenthood will help you get on contraceptives. They don't tell you, oh, don't worry, just come back when you need an abortion. I mean, that's crazy. So the conservatives that say they really just don't want children to die, I don't. I think they're just trying to control women.
Yeah. No, on Monday, I don't think I've ever mentioned this on the show. I've been subbing for a while now. I don't think I've ever mentioned this. On Mondays and Thursdays on our home station at X-Ray, which you can download the app at X-Ray, the X-Ray FM app, or go to the website xray.fm. My dad and I do a show on Mondays and Thursday mornings called News with My Dad. It's called that because I talk about the news with my dad. And one of the lines that he talks about on our X-Ray show, News with My Dad, is when Planned Parenthood comes up, he says, people need to understand that what Planned Parenthood is about is wanted babies, is wanted children. And that usually has come up in the context of trying to defund Planned Parenthood and recognizing that for people, when there's access to contraceptives, when there's access to family planning, abortions go down. And your point, Trish, is so important. I am also interested, though, and really appreciate your willingness to share your family's story. It does, and we've been prioritizing calls from people with personal stories to share, and from women callers whose perspectives matter so much, vastly more certainly than my own, and because I think you can inspire other people to share their stories, because I think there's so many people that is touched personally that they have felt maybe shame and not to share. And stories like your family's are so important. Are you willing to talk about it a little bit more? I don't want to pressure you. If you don't want to, it's totally up to you.
No, I'd be happy to.
So you say your grandmother during the Depression, she already had 6 kids, and the 7th kid they said we shouldn't do this anymore, or at least not right now?
Yes. Well, yeah, because the youngest were 10-month-old twins, and they had trouble feeding everybody in the family as it was, because it was during the Depression.
And so so abortion was illegal, but that didn't stop her from seeking an abortion. Tell us, to the degree you're comfortable, tell us about that, not just that choice, but how she went to access an abortion.
Well, what I've been told is that an aunt gave her the abortion. So how it was done, where, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that my mother and the rest of the family was all called into her bedroom to say goodbye to her, and she had blood coming out of everywhere. She died of sepsis. So it was heartbreaking. And
so you have so 6 kids, including 10-month-old twins who are already having a hard time getting fed, getting taken care of in the middle of the Great Depression. You have 6 kids who don't have a mom anymore because of a law that said she couldn't get it done healthy. That's the story of your family.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Yes. I'm so sorry.
You know, yeah, it was. If you hear my mom and my uncles talk about, and my aunt, I have one aunt, how they grew up and their childhood, it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it didn't get any easier.
No, it would have gotten a lot harder. Right?
Yes,
because now, do you know in the family lore? Do you know what they did for child care after that? Was an aunt available then to help? And what did the kids do? I mean, like 10 months old.
Well,
your grandmother was still probably breastfeeding.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I know that my mother wanted to, she was 10. She had an older brother, 12, and the rest were all younger. The only other girl was one of the twins. And she wanted to quit work or quit school to stay home and take care of the twins. Well, her father said no. And I think he tried to hire help, but it didn't last long. I'm not sure why, if it was money or whatever. But an aunt and uncle who were never able to have children took the twins and raised them.
Trish, your story matters. I thank you so much for sharing it. I think we take for granted it's been treated as like, I don't know, some political football. This is just some issue, and we forget the lives of people that it impacts. And thank you so much for putting it in higher relief.